Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmerced.com. And what I wanted to do was talk a little bit about why promoting the ideas of liberty is important. And how do you do it? At the end of the day, the reason why it's important for people to realize that they're free is not so much changing every law or tax, etc. It's more about the way you change the way you behave. Once you realize that you are in control of your life, and you're in control of your actions, you'll take a look at every choice and every action in your life in a different way. You'll start looking at the results and the consequences of your choices as lessons to be learned, and apply that knowledge to your future choices. And also appreciate the choices that you didn't get to make, and the knowledge that never got created. And if everybody thought this way, if everybody could understand the power they hold in the choices they make, it will change their behavior. It's a different way of just thinking about your actions every day. And the result will be a society that does coordinate itself better spontaneously. Because just basically your spontaneous actions will just make society work. But the problem is, right now, people don't think that way. Or at least a lot of people don't. And the problem then occurs is that when people see the bad consequences of a bad choice, their natural impulse is to say people shouldn't be able to make that choice, ever, in any circumstances. And the only way to make sure that happens is to use the power of government to control you. But then that requires funding it, which requires us to use the power of government to take stuff from you in order to fund our ability to prevent your choices. But then you don't learn new things from those choices. It's knowledge you don't get to create, which doesn't influence your future choices, so you make more bad choices. So then people advocate for controlling you in this, in the next area, and the next area, and the next area, and taking more and more of your stuff to help fund doing that. That's sort of the grander scheme of things. The idea is we need people to realize they are free, that they are individuals who make choices, and there's a value in having that ability to make that choice. But that's done through a conversation. That's done through reaching out. It's not done through judgment. It's not done through anger. It's not done through frustration. It's about having a conversation and trying to enlighten and empower people so that way they can take the reins of their life and want to take the reins of their life, be excited about taking the reins of their life. Because politics, culture, reflects the motivations, the values of the individuals who participate in it. And if we want a more libertarian world, all you have to do is just demonstrate to people the value of libertarian principles. From a more practical, utilitarian perspective of the whole idea that society coordinates based on our choices and knowledge, so thus anything that disturbs or controls our choices and knowledge is going to have ramifications on how society coordinates itself. But also from a moral perspective of, do we really want to be controlling people's choices and then taking their stuff to fund the ability to do that? Does that seem like a fair way of running society, or an ideal way of running society? Don't we want to control people less, and thus have to take less of their stuff to control whatever is still controlled, ideally controlling little as possible and taking as little as possible? I don't think it's a crazy idea. I don't think it's a bizarre idea. We should want to not to control each other. We should not want to take each other's stuff. Libertarianism isn't a crazy idea, nor is it a crazy notion. These are simple notions that we've been applying since we were children, and not trying to control each other, and not trying to take each other's stuff. But it just requires a conversation. It just requires outreach. It requires empathy and empowerment. You apply all those things, we can make some powerful changes. Whether you apply this outreach through running for office, through academia, through running a business, through starting a charity, through starting an academic organization, whatever is your method to reach out to people and empower them and endear them to the values that can make all the difference in all of our outcomes tomorrow. The Ideas of Liberty. My name is Alex Merced from alexmerced.com. Have a great day and enjoy.